Hey Tony, it's Friday, and first off, to answer your question of the week, boy, is this video gonna make a lot of sense for you. So, your question of the week was if we had ever made our secondary field for Amped Guard, and funny enough, yes, we did. So, to get a little context on this story, for the longest time, Taylor, Justice, and I had gone up to Greenfield. It was about 45 minutes. 45. That was probably about an hour away to get to field. But we go up every single Sunday for a year and a half, for an hour drive up and an hour drive down, to go to what was Pioneer's Post. Well, through a lot of events and drama, we stopped feeling welcome there. A lot of it started when we originally were going to make a second park day for Pioneers Post down here in Springfield so we could get more of the area around. Unfortunately, the vote passed, but we dealt with so many personal attacks that we started to feel unwelcome at the field. And so, well, we kept doing our thing because we were officers. It's what we had to do. We had to keep showing up because it was our duty. Well, as we kept doing this, we kept getting less and less recognition. And in fact, we got more attacks. And what every single Sunday ended up being for a long time was us going to North for a field day to see our friends and coming back just miserable. So it stopped being worth it to us. Now I started doing a lot more work in the office, working till, 6 to 7 o'clock most nights. And so I was tired and I wanted to have my Sundays back. And so for a long time, for several weeks, I'd even say a couple months, we showed up inconsistently because we had things going on. And eventually, it all kind of came to a head not too long ago, probably about a month and a half ago. About a month and a half ago, I was told by the person who I was paged to my night, who was at the field, to basically turn in my belt because our relationship was, in his opinion, beyond all repair. I was willing to try and work for it, but he wasn't. So I handed him my belt. And ever since then, the field felt even worse. And we would go up there and we'd be up there for like an hour, feel miserable, have a terrible time, and come back down because it wasn't worth it to us. And we also got pulled into some drama not of our own making, which started back in August. And I'm not going to go into the details of that story because it's not really worth it to worry about it right now, because that was months ago. Actually, it wasn't even August. That was September was when that happened. And it's not worth it right now to really litigate it. And it just kept feeling worse and worse and worse. And it was also cold, so we didn't really want to go when it was cold and rainy and just gross anyway, because no one was going to show up, and if people did show up, they were going to complain about the weather, and we were going to leave unhappy. So we ended up, not too long ago, two of our very dear friends who we did LARP with up north, came and asked us a question if we wanted to open up a new freehold with them in the town of Northampton, which is a really awesome little town about 20 minutes away. It's a college town, but there's also it's a great downtown. It's a great place. And we were all for it. We were totally in for it because it gave us a chance to do something of our own. It gave us a chance to do something that, first off, was only 20 minutes away instead of an hour away, which you don't understand how great it is to be that close, because we can just be there for 2.5 hours, and then come home and not be exhausted because it's only a 20-minute drive. And we were kind of looking forward to it. But then a couple things this week. We still have the freehold. It's great. It's called Hexenwald. We actually, our field meets at a huge baseball soccer field complex. It's pretty cool. With a beautiful view of the Seven Sisters Mountains right from where we're at. And so we had our opening event 2 weeks ago, and this past weekend we were going to do an art event, but what ended up happening is coronavirus happened. So obviously we didn't do that, and obviously we're kind of putting it on hold for a little while to give us the chance to give the quarantine a chance to go away, make everything hopefully work out that way. We're looking forward to the new start. The couple weeks we were up there before the virus hit, it made Amtgard fun again. Like we were having a good time, and it's gonna be enjoyable. Now we dealt with some pushback from our old field, considering that of the 7 members we had, well, I guess of the eight members we had at Pioneers Post, 5 of us left because we felt ostracized and we felt unwelcome, and it wasn't a good experience, and so we left. Well, now they're kind of the people at the old field are kind of trying to push a bunch of drama at us, and we're just beyond the point of caring because it ultimately doesn't matter. It's a dumb game that I enjoy, but it's a dumb game and it's not worth the drama. But Hexenwald is pretty cool. A lot of us are making new characters, which is kind of neat to kind of get a really fresh start. In fact, my character now is Jarek Nightblade, who's an old character of mine that I had in my first 5e game actually. And so it's gonna be kind of cool. Like obviously we're not doing much with the quarantine right now, but we're looking forward to it. And hopefully it'll be a really good start and a really fun field where we really get a lot of people in there, because where we're at is a great place to recruit, because we have 7 colleges that are all within driving distance, which is awesome, because college kids are the ones that are more likely to do something like this. And we're hoping it turns into something pretty great. So Tony, my question for you is, when are you guys really fully opening up your field? Let me know when you have like your opening event, because I'll try and be there. I make no promises, but I'll try and be there. Tony, I'll see you on Wednesday. Later, bro.